I would never forget that sight. Oh! Oh my god! Hey internet, it's Jessica and welcome back to Perseverance Part 1. So, in the last episode, we kind of established who our character is and his relationship with his family, but also the fact that something weird is happening in town. As we know, there's a military base, but there's like experiments going on as we ran into a woman in the forest and she was kind of acting weird. So, I'm starting to believe that this is the part where everything is going to start kicking off and like terrible things are going to happen. So, I'm expecting that. Anyway, let's continue. That night I slept like a baby. To my own surprise, I woke up fresh and energetic, which is rarely the case. It didn't take me long to realize why. When I looked out the window, I noticed that the sun was already high. I must have been out for at least 10 hours. Which meant I had wasted my first day. No animal I was interested in would be active in the middle of the day. I opened the window to let some fresh air. A cool breeze carried the smell of pine and cones and wet moss, stirred with the feeling of nostalgia. However, I could only dwell on it for long. I heard the barking again. The dogs had to still be out somewhere there. Somewhere. What's wrong with this damn mutt? Closed the window, but it got me thinking. Why would a dog still be out there? I decided to check it out. Leaving it could be dangerous, especially if the dog was aggressive. Stumbling upon during the hunt could end badly. Oh no, what if like the dog found like an alien or something? Like, you know what I mean? So, or that lady, the creepy lady in the forest. I don't even know what's going on. I grabbed a pocket knife from the shelf and my bag with Natalie's sandwiches. The stuff I had brought at the gas station was still inside. I took my rifle too. If the dog had rabies or some sort of disease, it would fall upon me and do something about it. Armed, I left the cabin. I feel like you're not going to need it for the dog. You're going to need it for something else. Oh dear. So far nothing, right? Just a broken tree. Following the barking was difficult. I couldn't use my usual track, so I walked into the forest blindly. Whenever the dog went silent, I was left without any clue where to go. So I just waited patiently for it to start making noise again. Can't say I really minded. In the end, a chance to spend the time surrounded by nature was the reason why I had come here in the first place. Fortunately, but oddly at the same time, it seems like the dog was moving at all. Like it was just sitting there barking the whole day. Wandering through the forest took me almost 2 hours. It must have been long past noon when I finally found it. Oh! Whoa, okay. What happened to the doggy, though? I hadn't expected many things, but not what I saw. Instead of a stray mutt roaming around, it was a dangerously looking hound tied to a tree. It was significantly beast, big and sturdy. I didn't know much about dogs, but I couldn't recognize... But even I could recognize a purebred when I saw one. Looked like it had spent the last couple of days here in the forest. He was a bit dirty, but still healthy and strong. There was a bloody wound on its neck. The collar must have cut into his skin where he struggled to set himself free. What if this is like part of the experiment too? Like, aside from humans, they take animals too and experiment on them. Some bastard must have left him to die. If I laid my hands on the guy who did this, he was just thinking about it made me furious. Someone decided to leave an animal to starve to death. Like you couldn't leave it at a shelter, and why? Out of shame? Because it was a long drive? These were all trivial, yet here we both are. Oh, now it's cute looking! Hey there, buddy. Oh, okay, easy now, easy. I tried to approach the dog, but it turned out more difficult than I expected. I had to focus on keeping all my fingers intact. First of all, I had to free him somehow. Touching his collar out of the question. Tinkering with it at this point would cause too much pain. Cutting the rope would seem to be a better option, but I couldn't do without getting closer to the dog. I needed somehow to gain his trust. Approach the dog head on, approach the dog from the side. I don't have, like, a dog, so I don't know how you're supposed to, like, approach a dog. I know if you let them sniff the back of your hand, they're gonna be like, oh, okay, you're not, like, you know, dangerous or anything. They get information from you. But to approach a dog, I don't know how you do this. From the side? Does it really matter? Because the dog could just turn, right? Maybe from the side? I don't know! I didn't want to make him feel more threatened than he already was. That's why I decided not to rush things and slowly approach him from the side. He seemed tense and alert, but it didn't make any move. Can't say it was a big process, but hey, at least there was no growling this time. Then he looked at me, baring fangs. This wasn't the way to go after all. I had to start from the beginning. I guess we gotta go head on. With the rope tied to his neck, I could more or less predict how far the dog would reach. That's why I decided to approach him head on. In the worst case scenario, I would just get out of range. It was a poor choice. He didn't attack me, but I definitely felt threatened, for he took a step back and bared his teeth, wrinkling his nose. I could see in his eyes he didn't want to fight me, but knew that he couldn't run away. If I got any closer, he would snap. Avert your gaze, look at him. I mean, I don't know how to deal with a dog, so I look at the puppy. Among humans, when you want to convey a sincerity in your actions, you look at the person straight in the eyes. But apparently that's not how you do with Animal Kingdom. The more I looked, the more frightened the dog grew. It got low on its legs and its tail curled. It took a step back, but at the same time prepared to make a leap. It wasn't the kind of reaction I wanted. Things didn't look good. I was worse at handling dogs than I had imagined. Yeah, same! If I had continued this way, I would never be able to get him to cooperate, but I couldn't just leave him there. I needed to find a solution. Took a step back and watched him push himself. I tried not to look him in the eyes. Unfortunately, I had one more ace up my sleeve. Avert the gaze! I didn't want to feel challenged, so I gave him space by averting my gaze. I was still a little worried how he would react, so I watched him from the corner of my eye, ready to back off if needed. But it seems that the dog finally gained some confidence. He started to wag his tail timidly. Along with the fear, I caught a glimpse of curiosity. The fangs was still there, but more reminded than a weapon ready to be used. He was waiting for my next move. Finally got a chance. We were far from friendly terms, but that was about to change. I reached for my bag and opened it slowly. The lovely smell picked the dog's attention immediately. I had something I know meat eater would be able to resist, especially not the one that spent a few days stranded in the forest. I fished in a bag and pulled out Natalie's sandwiches. Sorry, Nat, it pains me to do this, but it's a necessary sacrifice. I know you would understand if you were here. With a heavy heart, I grabbed this one of the sandwiches Natalie made for me yesterday. It was probably not the healthiest food for an animal, but hey, he probably didn't care. Time for worrying about nutritional values would come later. I ripped the packaging apart and threw it in the contents near the dog. It disappeared faster than I thought possible. The dog must have been here for days. Wow, you must be really hungry, huh? Well, I mean, at least he can eat! No worries, the more of it. I unpacked 2 more sandwiches and tossed them at the dog. With his fangs out of the way, I finally had my chance to take care of the rope. It was a thick one with a polyester cover. I didn't know much about ropes, but if I had to guess, I would say it was probably used for climbing or sailing. Somewhere the durability counts. No wonder I couldn't get out. The knots used to tie around the tree wasn't trivial either. The animal tugged in an attempt to free himself, only grew tighter. At this point, there was no way to untie it, not with a pair of sharp teeth ready to bite my arm off. I needed to cut the rope somehow. The problem was I wasn't sure if I was prepared. I quickly recalled the things I had to do with me. I could use Natalie's sandwich, energy bar. Why not cut the rope with an energy bar? Rifle, pocket knife, flashlight, batteries. I assume the pocket knife would be the best option. Well, an obvious choice. What else is a knife for? Sadly, it wasn't that easy. The knife was pretty dull. Still used for things that open cans, but not so much for cutting. With the rope so thick, it would have taken ages before I got through even half of it. I needed something else. So the rifle? I have to shoot the tree? That's so weird. Well, shooting through the rope seemed to be something technically busted to do, probably. Seen in movies countless times, but it had serious doubts if it would work in real life. In the end, I concluded that trying would be a poor choice. Not only would we predict for what to really work, but it seemed the shooting would terrify the dog. Moreover, I could hurt him in the process. I needed to come up with something else. I don't know! Like, none of these items would work. Let's be honest. I throw an energy bar in, a flashlight, or batteries, or the sandwich. So, you know what I mean? It's not gonna work. Fuck, I guess I'll just energy bar. Those energy bars look pretty good, packed with fruits, wheat, and various kinds of nuts. Could keep going all day long. But it's not like they would give me any energy to tear the rope with my bare hands. It wasn't a video game. Ironically, as you say. I needed something else. Batteries! I intend to use the batteries I had thought at the station, but as far as neither a chance nor did I need to do it. I took one of the packaging. Okay. Flashlight! No, there's no way I could use a flashlight to cut. Wait, I have an idea. A flashlight itself could be useless now, but the light bulb we could use for various things. Starting a fire was one of them. Oh, okay. I took the flashlight apart and picked the light bulb. I had all the things I needed. Now it was time to set my plan in motion. Using the pocket knife, I broke the light bulb to expose the tungsten filament? Is that how you say that? Then placed it under the rope and carefully touched the base of the bulb with the battery. The filament lit up immediately. The heat allowed it to melt the cover of the rope, which made the cutting easier, and I was cutting the rope with my knife. I kept watching the dog. He sat there and growling from time to time. I knew he'd probably attack if he sensed hesitation or fear. Dog responds to emotions. I focused on the rope and tried not to think about him snapping at me. It took me a couple of minutes, but eventually the dog was free. Hey buddy, your prison time is over. What do you want to do now? Not that you have much of a choice. Sorry, mate, but you look like a typical lapdog. Staying out here is out of the question. Plus, your neck looks pretty bad. Someone should take care of it. Meaning you, Jack! You just freed the dog! Perhaps I know a guy, but I need you to come back with me to the cabin. It's an hour walk from here. So what do you think? Are you up for a stroll? I'll take that as a yes. Probably wasn't a yes. The dog was just wary and rather hesitant to follow me. No wonder it was impossible to tell how long he'd been tied to the tree. Thankfully, the last of the sandwiches did the trick. Oh. Somewhere else. This is the lady! Oh yeah, because they said she was at the hospital, right? When, the agency... Oh, when the agency was talking? So, I'm concerned. I was able to lead the dog all the way back to the cabin. I pulled my phone out and called for reinforcements. I know how to patch up small scratches, but this guy needed some more skilled than me. Hello? Oh, it's, what's his name? Bob. Hey, veterinarian boy. Hi, Jack, you remember. You must have been good with the ladies. Yeah, sure. I need your help. You know the thing or two about treating animals, right? Yeah, a thing or two. Why? You had a change of heart about shooting animals? No, I still hold my point, but I found a dog tied to a tree. Some bastard left him there to die. He's in bad shape. Did you beat up the guy? No, but I would have if I had a chance. Anyway, the dog needs your attention. Wow, I mean, it's awful. Let me just grab my gear and I'll be right there. Are you going to leave the store unattended? Yeah, 2 hours won't hurt me. I've earned this week's money already. The chief said arrived recently at Murphy's Base left it a lot of cash. Alright, thanks man. See you soon. Oh my god, I hope Bob won't run into trouble when he gets over here. Bob came earlier than expected. My guess was he had been speeding all the way. Oh, okay. Hey Jack, where's the patient? You don't waste time, do you? Over there. It took some convincing to get the doctor to walk through the door, but it ended up in the prospect of a warm place to rest and won him over. Bob approached the animal slowly. He clicked his tongue to get the dog's attention. Then he extended his hand so the dog could smell it. Unlike me, he seemed to know exactly what to do. Bob reached down to remove the collar. I wonder if he was able to keep his hands intact. Fortunately, he was. Not only that, he was only managed to clean the wound, even though the dog clearly wasn't happy about it. The animal began to growl and leaning away, but Fearless Man grabbed him firmly. The dog calmed down. Although I wasn't openly admitted it, I was impressed. I would have never guessed that a simple guy from a small gas station knew so much about handling animals. To be honest, I used to look down on him. That's rude! I didn't know why exactly he had abandoned his studies. He seemed amazingly skilled. I doubt it was because of poor marks. Maybe he had to take care of, like, I'm assuming maybe it's like a family business or something. Kind of like the same way Jack had to come back for his dad. So, alright, I did as much as I could. The wound isn't actually that bad. His neck is swollen and there's some bleeding, but the cut wasn't deep. And he's a tough little fellow. But remember, in the end, I'm not a specialist. You should take him to a professional. Yeah, I know. It's just that there's no vet around here. They're driving this fellow back home with a wound that would have been pretty hard on him. That's why I called you. Yeah, he doesn't seem to be open on trips with strangers yet. I brought you some dog food. Don't give him too much at once. If he didn't eat for a few days, he might not digest it properly. Anyway, what will you do with him? I don't know yet. When I found him, I just had to help him. I didn't have much time to think about what to do with him later. I don't feel like giving him away to a shelter. Maybe you could take him? Seems to trust you. I would love to have a dog, but you know fully well that I can't. Jack, don't tempt me. Why not? You seem to be doing pretty good these days, and... No, just no. You don't know how serious my debts are. I won't take responsibility for a living creature when I can't predict if I will be able to pay for my own bills next month. How a young guy like you got into debts? Didn't he just say he went to school? Well, long story short, back when I was studying, me and my brother took over our father's company. It was in pretty bad shape, but we were sure we could restore it and started making money again. I even dropped out of college to help enough time to make it work. It didn't work out. The amount of work overwhelmed both of us, but we didn't want to give up. We were stubborn people, me and my brother. Eventually we went back to the bank loan, and that's how we ended up in debt. Oh. At this point, my brother decided that it was all my fault. That I hadn't done enough, and that I was slacking. He accused me of all his bad decisions. I snapped and laughed. I'd taken his gun with me. A few months later, I ended up here. Sounds tough. But hey, it's all water under the bridge unless my brother comes after me in the college with his gun. Ha ha ha. I didn't know you own a gun. Well, I need to look after my business, you never know. So, what do you intend to do with the dog? Well, actually, I was talking with Hope about adopting a dog yesterday, right before we started arguing. You seem to argue with your family a lot recently. I can sense your anger, Jack. Oh, really? What is it? Does my aura give it away? I mean, that lady, Jane, on the road was like, angry man, right? So, see, it comes out again. Doesn't matter if you believe me or not. Anyway, Hope accused me of not spending enough time with her, so I was thinking maybe getting her a dog would be a good way to reconnect with her. I mean, it's good, but the dog hasn't been trained. Just saying. That's just my opinion, but alright. Sounds like what she needs is your love, not a pet. A dog was just her way of drawing your attention. I know, but it seems like a good start, right? Sure, any reason to spend more time with your kid is good. You should give the dog a name. A name. Coming up with a name was tricky. It would have taken weeks if I really think about it. I decided to just go what came to my mind. I looked at the dog. He tilted his head. The first idea was pretty simple. Odin. Hey, the Norse god of war. How great is that? Hey, if anybody wants to learn more about Odin, you should check out my Let's Play for God of War. You know, if you're interested. Odin, the Norse god of war, victor in hunting. It was a good, strong name. The second name that came to mind was Xander. As a boy, I really hated learning history, yet I always liked listening about Alexander the Great. It seemed more thrilling than the rest of the subjects. I wouldn't mind naming my dog after him. The last idea emerged from the thought about Hope. What was his favorite movie of hers called? Dragon something? Where a dragon must be a brave knight to defeat it? This guy here was big enough to be called Knight. I decided to go with... Okay, I like the name Odin, but I mean, it is for our daughter, right? Like, she likes the Dragon Knight or whatever it's called, so... I mean, Knight could be good. I'm just gonna do it for Hope, okay? But in my opinion, I would pick Odin. That's just me. I'll name him Knight. Fits him well. By the way, Jack, there's one more thing I need to tell you. Don't tell me you and Nat had an affair. I would shoot you right here. Please don't. I still got my debts to pay off. What is it then? There was this chick at the station asking for Hal. She said she knew you. Oh, yeah. No, I mean, she's just a chick I met and wanted to help. She seems out of place. At first I thought she was some kind of junkie. She gave me this really weird feeling. She was shivering too. Anyway, Hal took her to the station, so she's not my problem anymore. But that's not all. Another woman arrived last evening asking for that chick. There was something about her I couldn't quite put my finger on it. Oh, the lady smoking, the Asian lady. And oh boy, was she a stunner. You should have seen her. She was lean like a doe. Okay, that's really weird. That's a really weird way of describing a person you're attracted to. She was lean like a doe. What the hell? What was I saying? The other woman. Oh, yeah. She asked about the military base. I thought she might be a spook or something. A spook? You've been watching too many action flicks, Chief. I'm telling you, man, something's going down. So many new soldiers arrived yesterday. Now this woman. There's also this guy with a briefcase this morning, and he... Hold up, Bob. Are you getting carried away? It's just another weekend in town. Only some outside traveling through. Yeah, you're probably right. I better head back. Got a business to run. See you later, Chief. When Bob left, I approached Knight. I decided to try Bob's trick to see if I could get a similar result. I clicked my tongue and extended my hand. At first the dog just sniffed my palm, reluctant to do anything more, but after a brief moment and hesitation he licked my fingers. I took it as a good sign. It was a start. So does that mean we're friends now? I guess we are! I scratched his back, causing a lot of tail wagging. It was just as I thought. He was a lapdog. His previous aggression must have been caused from the mix of fear and pain. As I patted him on his head, he was nothing more than a giant pet. A pet with a jaw filled with fangs, enough to biting force to take your hand off. Still a pet. Hope would love him for sure. Funny that. I came here to escape all the tension with Natalie, but thanks to my new friend I wanted to go back. I wanted to see the surprise on their faces. I wanted to see how happy Hope would be, and how Natalie, unsure at first, would change her mind as soon as she saw them playing together. I knew I wanted to resolve our old issues, that I would still need to face my shortcomings. The dog gave me a starting point. I knew what to do and had the confidence to do it. It didn't take Knight long for us to start to frolicking around. It wasn't against a little wrestling play, but knowing that the wound on his neck was still pretty fresh, I tried to do it carefully as possible. Yet, when near 30 kilos of a deadly fluffiness jumped me, I overturned in the moment. I was too afraid to grab the dog by the skin. Soon I regretted all I had done. As our little pig caused additional costs, I heard the loud crack near my right pocket. Uh-oh. Okay, buddy, stop. That's enough. No, Knight, enough. Sit. When I finally managed to get from under the dog. I reached into my pocket to find that my phone took a whole enterprise pretty badly. Ooh! The screen was covered in scratches and the battery went loose, and for the frame above the speaker was smashed. For a second I thought it was done for. Fortunately, as soon as I put the battery back in, the phone came back to life. The case was cracked, but it was still usable. That's good! If it was screwed, then how are we gonna get back when the outbreak happens? In the end, I decided to call it a night. It had been a pretty long day. I planned from going to hunt in the morning, so hitting the bed early was crucial. Oh, the lady again! Reporting in. This is not a scheduled called agent. The woman got away. No one told me what to expect of her. She attacked several people at the hospital. I saw her. Calm down, agent. This wasn't a briefing. The girl basically bit her way out of the hospital and jumped off the third-story window. What? She was like mad. I never seen anything like that. And others. The locals are shocked. Sheriff wants to organize a manhunt. I've already sent soldiers from the military base moving around town. The town will undergo a quarantine in a matter of 2 hours. This should make your second task easier. Your briefing. Listen to me! If what she is carrying is infectious, your quarantine won't be able to contain it. People will die. I need to find her. Calm down, agent. Focus on your target, and let's do our part. But she's right, though. If they just wait, it's gonna get worse. What is wrong with these people? What about my extraction? You'll figure something out. Your task is to ensure the scientist and get him out alive. And the second asset? He's none of your concern. Find the scientist, get him out alive, and bring him to us. Do not fail this time. We would be very sorry to see you go. Jesus Christ, what is happening? So, it's a virus then? Because all of a sudden she's acting like crazy. I guess it would be kind of like The Last of Us, but it's a little bit different because it was like a fungal, like, infection, right? So I don't think the lady is dead yet. Because, like, in The Last of Us, when they get infected, they die, and then they become, like, this mindless, like, zombie. With this one, it seems like she's still alive. So it must be something else. It was still dark outside when I woke up, and I was sleeping on the carpet near the fireplace. I rubbed my eyes and reached down for the phone to check the time. Weird. Seems the battery's dead. I was pretty sure it was around 40% the evening before. Seems impossible to have discharge overnight. I must have forgotten to turn it off or something. There was nothing I could do about it now. I plugged the charger in and went to wake up my new friend. Hey buddy, are you in for a hunt? Come on, you like it. I could use some help. Think you are up for it? That's more like it. To be honest, I had no idea if taking a net was a good idea. There was probably a big chance that we could scare all the other animals away. People often hunted with their hounds, but you needed to know how to train your dog for it. Worst case scenario, we would just have a nice stroll around the forest. Took my pocket knife, my rifle, and a piece of Band-Aid, which me one Band-Aid, everybody! I wanted to prepare better than the day before. Oh god, what time is it? Is it AM or PM? I think it's AM. I knew the surrounding area in the cabin pretty well. I had a general idea where the deers tended to roam, even if I wouldn't shoot any. It was always a great spot for one. That was what I had tried to communicate to Bob. It's not about the shoot, it's about the hunt. We were walking quietly for half an hour. I was thinking about the guy who left night. I had no respect for such a person. I remember the rope. It must have belonged to a climber or somebody who worked with boats. Bastard. Suddenly Knight stopped and started sniffing around. I knew he must have caught a trace. I had a feeling that he was a real predator after all. Decided to trust his instincts. A dog's sense of smell could guide you to places you wouldn't otherwise miss. He stood there for a minute, focused on one direction. He began to growl, but I couldn't see anything. Oh no! What's there? I'm worried! The dog began to run. I struggled to keep up with him. I was trying to guess what we were both up against. A bear, or a deer, or something else. However, what I saw was a person. A young man in a blue sports jacket and baseball hat. Silver carabiners in his belt rattled like as he walked. Compared to me, he made a hell of a lot of noise. Never seen him before. What I did recognize, though, was the place we were in. The same place I found Knight the day before. Before I had a chance to connect the dots, all hell broke loose. The two of us weren't the only people around. There was someone else. Someone I didn't expect to see again. It was that woman from the gas station, Jane. What the hell? She was moving extremely fast. She ran up to the unsuspecting guy and jumped right on top of him, knocking him down. She leaned down towards his arm and... What happened? Did she bite him? That's when the screaming started. At first, I really couldn't comprehend what was going on. My mind tried to come up with something kind of explanation. Maybe they were just fooling around. Maybe it was some kind of stupid charade. Maybe it was daydreaming. It took some time for the reality of what was happening hit me fully. I would never forget that sight. Oh! Oh my god! That's so creepy looking. So she's a zombie now. Oh shit! It's an infection! Jane bit a part of the guy's arm out and it swallowed it. And swallowed it. I saw her face. She was covered in blood when she bent down again to sink her teeth into the guy's throat. It was no longer a human face. She was devouring a living person. Can you imagine it? The guy was screaming in pain. He was trying to push her up, but it didn't have enough strength. When she reached for his neck, it was already too late for him. Soon the screaming started to release by gargling and gnawing. I couldn't move. I was paralyzed with fear. Knight reacted first. He lunged at Jane. No, the dog's gonna die! Clutching his jaws on his head. I don't know where her strength came from, but she tore the dog's jaw open and threw him away as if it was a paper doll. That's when she noticed me. Even though there were more than 20 meters between us, I could see her eyes. They weren't human anymore. She wasn't human. She was something else. Oh no! There was nothing in her face besides a primal rage. It was an ancient fury of the beast, wild beast in its most basic form. Oh no. She lunged at me. Her moves were quick and determined. She caught up with me before I had time to think. Moments like this make you act on your instincts. Yo, you gotta shoot her! I know it's really fucked because it's a person, but she's not human anymore. She's dead! Yo, shoot her! I never gave it a conscious thought. I raised my rifle. My body acted on its own, recognizing the familiar motion. I aimed and took point for one shot. For a split second, my mind became crystal clear. I wasn't sure if it would make any difference. I breathed out and awaited the sentence. Eek! It wasn't enough though. I shot her right in the chest, through her lungs. She was squirming on the grass, whimpering. As her breath grew desperate and moved sluggish, she started crying. Wait, is she not dead? Wait, hang on. Oh no, maybe she's not actually dead. The virus just makes you go crazy, and it's just like, it doesn't kill you. When I shot an animal, I always made sure it didn't suffer. So if my shot missed the mark, I shot again. Wait, this was different. I shot above a young woman, crying in pain. A woman who tried to eat a man alive a few seconds prior. A woman who I met 2 days earlier. What was this supposed to do? Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Okay, okay. I don't know. I think, in my opinion, I think the best option is to kill her. And not just to be, I'm not trying to say like we have to kill her or whatever, but like to stop the virus from spreading. She already bit that one guy. So you know what I mean? Will that do anything? Oh, this is awful. I don't like this. I couldn't stand the sight anymore. I reached for my rifle and took an aim. As I looked through the gun sight, our eyes met again. This time something was different. She was calm. It looked as if her eyes begged me to end her pain. Those weren't the eyes of a beast anymore. It was her. I couldn't bring myself to speak her name. Oh no. Does it affect animals or is it only humans? That's what I wonder. The shot broke the dead silence of the forest. I'm not sure how long I was still, staring at the empty eyes. They were mesmerizing. At one point it came to me that this was the first time I ever shot another human. I was a murderer. I killed a person. It didn't matter why. I ended the life of somebody who had a family, who had friends, a dream, and I took it all away. Threw up. As I was struggling to catch my breath and grip my saw, I remember that Knight was still out there. I had to find him. Oh my god. The first thought came to mind was Natalie. I touched my pockets to feel for my cell phone. I need to get back to the cabin. As I decided to head back to my cabin, I heard a quiet whine. I looked around frantically, searching for Knight. He was nearby, whimpering softly and licking his face down like a dead man. I wonder if that was his former owner? If so, what was he doing here? He had come to the end of his unfinished business, too afraid that someone would find out, or maybe that he had change of heart and come to get the dog back. Guess we'll never know. I called up to Knight, who started running back. He followed me limping. After getting hit like that, it was no wonder. Okay, I thought the dog was dead. Thank God. I had no idea what was going on and why that woman attacked me. The only thing I knew for certain was that I needed to call Natalie. I had to make sure she was safe. There was no time to waste. I picked up the pace. Oh no. This is bad. She already bit that one guy, but that one guy's dead. But remember, she already bit people at the hospital, like the agent said. So people are already infected. And the lady's right. If you take too long to quarantine the situation, it's just gonna spread. And you can't stop it. And the agency's stupid. They don't want to do anything yet. Oh god. The sight of a massacre was still fresh in my head. With all my might, I tried to think about something else. But the memory of blood and the torn out fragments of flesh was haunting me relentlessly. It was like a horror movie playing over and over right in front of my eyes. My stomach turned upside down whether I thought about it what happened. I could picture Jane's eyes staring back at me when I'd taken the shot. I knew it was the right thing to do. It had to be. I shot a young woman. I had to shoot a young woman point blank in the head. There was nothing I could do for her at that point. She was dangerous. I saw what she had done to the other guy. She came after me like an animal. It was either me or her. I was one with the rifle. Deep in my mind, I thank God. I was grateful that she wasn't as young as she wanted to appear. I wouldn't bring myself to shoot a child. It doesn't matter, you still shot a person, you know what I mean? I couldn't stop my hands from shaking. I clenched my teeth and tried to focus. I thought of having myself a whiskey, but I wasn't sure it would make any difference. I needed to talk with somebody. I needed to talk with Natalie. God, I missed her. My hands shook when I reached for the phone, unplugged it from the charger and pushed the power button. I wanted to make a call immediately, but as soon as the phone came back to life, I got flooded with messages. Missed call, missed call, missed call, voice messages. Oh dear. There was at least a dozen unread messages. They're all from yesterday. How was it possible for me to miss so many calls? When I looked at the phone back, I realized how. Back when I was playing with Knight, the screen wasn't the only thing that got smashed. I must have someone damaged the speaker. The phone must have been constantly ringing. I didn't hear it. That would also explain why I discharged this morning. But who was calling me so many times and why? I needed to hear the voicemail, but the speakers weren't working. I did the silliest thing that came to mind. I punched the goddamn thing. You know what? It worked. I quickly connected with the voicemail. You have 4 new messages. First new message. Message recorded on Saturday, 11:48 p.m. Jack, please pick up the phone. This junkie they brought in yesterday, she snapped. I mean, God. Oh no, that's right, Natalie's the nurse there. What if she got bit? Oh shit. She attacked some of the staff. There were only 3 of us, another nurse and a doctor. Jacob got bitten and scratched. I've never seen anything like that. I'm okay, but she jumped out of the window and vanished. I'm worried about Hope. I'll be heading back. Call me back soon. Okay, she didn't get bit. I need you so much. Please let me know you're alright. Second new voice message. Message recorded on Sunday, 1:15. Jack, pick up the phone, please. Why didn't you call me back? You need to get back here, Jack. The people I told you about are getting worse. Some of them are getting terrible fevers. One of them got really aggressive. We need to sedate him. Something's not right. Please call me back as soon as you get this. I'm scared. Third new message. Message recorded on Sunday, 1:32 a.m. Jack? Jack? I can hear gunshots! Here, I'm in the hospital. I need you to get back right now. I'm so scared, Jack. Oh no. Ah! Oh no. Fourth new message. Message recorded on Sunday, 4:56 a.m. I'm coming for you, Jack. I left Hope with... Stay where you are. The signal... The message abruptly ended. Then it hit me. Sunday, 4:56 was 3 hours ago. All this already happened, and Natalie... Oh my God. Oh no! Oh no! She's in the middle of the forest! What if Jane already got to her? Because that was 3 hours ago! After the voicemail stopped playing, I just stood there staring at the screen. I guess I needed a moment to process what had happened. As soon as I snapped out of my stupor, I knew I had to find Nat. Nat? What? My first instinct was to call her, but my phone had never had enough. The goddamn machine broke completely, the screen went black, and it wouldn't respond to me pressing the keys. Now seemed to sense my distress, came closer, woofing. Do you want to help me, buddy? I had little choice. I took Night and went off. I knew that Natalie had been coming for me, and I knew the route she must have taken. It was a long road, but no other means of finding her. With the dog at my side, I clung to the little hope that I had left. I scarcely remember getting to the car and setting off. Sweat trickling down my back the entire way. I wasn't speeding only because I was worried I might miss her. Eventually I found a roadster, crashed beside the road, parked there and went out. Natalie was nowhere to be seen. My heart skipped a beat as I scanned around the surroundings. My thoughts scrambled. I couldn't bear the thought of my last memory. Natalie would have of me would be that of an absent jerk. That our argument would have lost the time we saw each other. I had to find her. I had to find her and make things right. But for all my determination and effort, Knight was the only one who found her. He darted off to the road into the forest. I followed. I didn't think much. It was on instinct. I guess I trusted him. Didn't take long. We didn't even move far from the car before I saw her stumbling between the trees. Is she alive? Is she okay? She's not bit, is she? She didn't seem to recognize me. Her eyes were dazed. Her skin was dead pale. I didn't know what to do. She was wounded. I could see it. A piece of her shirt wrapped around her arm. I had left her again. I wasn't there when she needed me the most. What do I tell her? Okay, let's calm down. I don't think yelling at her is gonna, like, help in this situation. Let's be honest. Nat! Jack? Where are you, Jack? Natalie, I'm right here. It's gonna be alright. I'm here. I cradled her. She shook in my arms, but calmed down a little. Jack, is that you? Yes, it's me, sweetie. I'm so sorry I broke the car. Forget about the car, silly. Everything will be fine. I see her shivering. At first I thought it was because of the car crash on her or her wound. Then realization hit me. We were in the middle of the forest, the place where Natalie truly feared, yet she came here for me, after all I said and done. She was an angel of courage. Maybe she's freaking out. She's probably, like, really highly stressed, that's why she can't think straight, so she's kind of, like, hallucinating at the same time. What happened? In the hospital, you wouldn't believe me. Try me. They brought in a young woman with strange symptoms, weak yet explosive. She had a bite mark on her forearm. We thought she might have been an auto-destructive impulsives. She said she was hungry, but she wouldn't touch any food. We put her on a drip. We didn't know how else to help her. One day later, Dr. Jacobs came to check on her, and she snapped. She scratched and bit him and the nurse who tried to restrain her. She dashed forward from the room and attacked several other patients. When security guards tried to grab and shoot her, she jumped out the window from the 3rd story. Then she fled. I had no idea what happened to her. We took care of Dr. Jacobs and the patients, but things got weird. I felt queasy. I didn't know where it was all going, still I had to ask. Weird how? They got terrible fevers. We couldn't bring it down, and Sheriff declared a manhunt. He mobilized officers. I think the military got involved too. They set up checkpoints. For some reason, it seems like they're trying to keep people in. But then there was this woman. It's hard to say who she was, but I swear to God, I was sure she was one of my co-workers, but it turned out she wasn't. I don't know who she was. What about you? Are you hurt? I'm fine. I was worried about you. Why didn't you call me back? My throat clenched, and when I thought about what happened in the morning, how Natalie's patient ended up, I shouldn't lie to Nat. There was already too much bad blood between us. She deserved my honesty. Then again, after all she went through, wasn't it even more cruel to tell her what had happened? I swallowed and decided to. Okay, every time I play an apocalyptic type of game, I always be honest, because if you lie in the apocalypse, everybody's on edge. And if you lie, it can actually be more damaging than telling the truth. So in my opinion, I feel like I have to say everything to her. Even if it will traumatize her, I think she's already traumatized, but I think honesty is the best option. I told her how I found Knight and how he broke my phone. What came next was more difficult. I had to tell Nat what became of her patient, how I found her, and how she was far gone to save her. That I had to shoot her in self-defense. If Natalie had been pale before, and now she was sickly, I didn't know if it was because of what Jane had turned into or because of what I had done. At any rate, it wasn't the worst of it. Natalie interrupted me only once. God, I didn't think... How could that happen? I had no idea. It was as if she turned into an animal. But she was human! Jack, only an hour ago! I know, Nat, but listen, I didn't have a choice. I had to defend myself. I understand. She attacked me, Nat. Not only the other way around, remember that. The worst part of what happened later, I had to confess to killing that woman. As if she was a morbid animal. I didn't try to sugar it. Yes, I thought it was mercy, but it was still a kill. I would never forget the look in Natalie's eyes. It haunts me to this day. The disbelief, the pain. Still, Nat was a strong woman. She hid her emotions quickly. We both have more important things to do than dwell on the past. What happened with Hope? Is she still at home? God, no. I wouldn't leave her alone. I took her with me, but she was scared, and I thought, I didn't know what happened to you. I was worried that we might find... So I dropped her at Bob's. He promised to take care of her, and I trust him. We're supposed to meet outside town. Oh God, what if Bob is like, oh no, but Bob has a gun. Maybe Bob has a better chance of defending everyone? I don't know! Shoot me. For a moment back then I felt relieved. I thought that regardless of what happened to me and Nat, at least our daughter was safe. I didn't know anything. Bob's dead! What? Oh no! What the hell happened in here? Where's the daughter then? That's the end! That's the end? No, we can't end there! What? Oh my god! Holy crap! I'm shook. What? That's the ending? Yo! I'm so shook. What the— I really didn't expect that. Holy crap. Well, I guess that's the end of the first part, or the first episode of Perseverance. Holy shit. Oh my god. We left the daughter there, but like, he did say there was a lot of people passing by in the gas station who weren't from the town. So it's either that, or the people in the hospital who got bit came out and just killed him. But Bob said he had a gun, so how did he not, like, defend himself? What the hell? Oh my god. Okay, well, I guess this comes to the end of this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you once again to the developers for sending me a game key. I'm just, wow. Damn, that was good! I like it! The only criticism I have at some parts, some of the writing is a little bit weird. I guess, like, in the beginning it was a little bit odd, but it did pick up quicker than I expected it to. So I'm really, really glad that it did. And I can only guess what happened to the daughter and what happened to Bob in general. I liked Bob. Bob was, like, actually my favorite character, so I'm kind of pissed he died. But anyway, you guys let me know in the comments what you think. If you guys enjoyed this video, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and hit the bell button so you know when I upload whenever part 2 of Perseverance comes out. I will sure to play it. Oh my god. Yeah, anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye! Oh my god!
You again? Not a good idea to sneak up on me.
Cause, you know what? The last time I talked to someone, they told me I did my eyeliner wrong. Oh my god, what a bitch! Who said that? Small eyes. That's what she told me. I mean, my eyes are